Hi guys, Angie Bell with My Furry Treasures. Okay, let me just get myself straightened out here. Just a second. There we go. Okay, you guys, I just ordered myself the digital Hannah Lynn coloring book, and I am in love with this. I've always wanted to order the Hannah Lynn coloring books. I just hadn't done it because I've been doing a lot of other mixed media. But I've been watching some girls, and they are fabulous. They call themselves colorists. There's like a whole little like colorist group on YouTube, so I've joined in. I've been coloring, but I didn't know that there was these group of girls who called themselves colorists, and it's really cool. So there's a girl named Dream Color. I will put her link below, you guys. Let me make sure I write that down, because if I don't write things down, you know, it just goes out of my darn head. Isn't that the cutest little notebook at a Dollar Tree? Okay, so it's Dream and Color. You guys have to go check her out. Her style of coloring is the bomb. Dream and Color. So I just want to make sure I write that down so that I put that in the information below. What I learned from her is I've done hair like this before, okay? But I had never done colors like this. I love the deep colors she's using. Now, my colors aren't exactly, I don't think my colors are exactly the ones she used, but similar. And that's the thing. You don't want to always get the same exact colors as somebody else. It's mostly about the techniques. It's not about the colors. You need to learn techniques, because then if you learn the technique, you can use any colors. So then she did this flower. Isn't that flower gorgeous? The colors of it. Okay, again, I used her technique and I love it. Oh my god, to create this color, you're mixing two different colors together. But I didn't have, on the flower, I definitely didn't have her colors. So I used some different colors to create it. So I'll tell you about the colors as we go along. So first of all, let's work on this hair. I'll show you guys how I'm doing this hair. Like I said, I've done hair like this before many times, just not these kind of colors. Okay, so what I did is I base color, and that's the thing with her. Her techniques are cool, and her color combinations are just, woo, they're my style. So what I base coated all the hair with was this right here, and this is Spectrum Noir. You can use any marker. You can use, you know, all the rest of the alcohol markers, or you can use the cheaper markers too. But you want a really, really light pink color, okay? Like right here, I didn't color this pink, so let me do that really quick. So that's how light the pink is. And I'm gonna bring my camera in so you guys can see up close. Let's see, not that close. Let's bring this back here so you can make sure you guys are seeing. Because we're going to work right here right now. So I can bring that here, and then we'll work here. Okay. Wait, do I have this right? Here and here and here. Yeah. Okay. So you can see how light the pink needs to be. Okay, so that's what I base coated it with. Also, if you want to, you can use watercolor and base coat it. Just, you know, when you're working on paper, I copied all my stuff onto cardstock, so it takes water pretty darn good. Just don't get it soaking wet. Dry it off before you start. Okay, so the colors I'm going to use for this hair are, now again, you can get colors that are similar to this. And then once you understand the concept, then you can choose whatever colors you want. Okay, so the first color I'm going to lay down is this color here. It's called Violet, and these are all Prismacolors. Is Violet, okay? The next color after that, I'm going to go in with Orchid. Then I'm going to go in with Lilac, and then I'm going to go in with Blush Pink. And then in the upper edge, just to deepen it right here, I'm going to go in with dark indigo. Okay. And as I use them, I will tell you what I'm using. Again, this is Violet, and these are all Prismacolor. And if you don't have Prismacolors, that's fine too. Let me put my glasses on. If you don't have Prismacolors, use what you have. Whatever color pencils you have. They need to be one-bendable. Also, the same technique could work if you just want to use your alcohol markers. You can do that with that. You can do it with that. Oh, did I start that? Just a second. I'm going to erase something real quick. This looks like something I started and didn't finish, so we'll go back in and do that. Okay. Anyway, what we're doing is we're going to go from here all the way to here. But I do have this leaf in the way. We're going to ignore it as if the leaf's not there. Okay, so that was violet. Then we're going to go to orchid. And there's not very much room here for what we need to do. Well, there is on this side. There just wasn't on the other side. And I'm using at first a light pressure and then kind of a medium pressure, because you want to lay down a lot of color. And then I went back over both. And then I want to go to this lilac color here and finish that off here with the lilac. And every time I do it, I go over the color that I just did before that. And right here too. Okay. And then this dark indigo, I'm just going to go right up in the corner just a little bit there and here. And it just gives that extra deepness. That's how you get that really deepness up in the corners there. Okay, I'm going to go back again with the violet and just deepen it a little bit more. Go right into that magenta color. Come over here. Just deepen it a little bit more. Take my orchid. And take my orchid here. And then my lilac, I think this is lilac, yeah. Just a little bit more. Then what I like to do is I also, where is it? My blender pencil. I love my blender pencils. You guys, if you guys are wondering like, okay, it doesn't, see, I don't have anything left of this blender pencil. But because I have this right here, this thing is awesome. What is it called? It has a name. But you can get it at, I think I got this one at Michael's. Yeah. Extender. You can get an extender so that you can use your little nub. See, that way you really do not waste anything. In fact, I need to sharpen this little nub so I hope I can. You know what, this is too much of a nub. I can't even sharpen it anymore. Let me go to some of my other ones. So what I'm doing is I'm finishing up all my nubs. I'm going to throw that one away. That's just too little. Well, you know, I'm going to be able to sharpen it still with the sharpener. With a regular sharpener. Okay. So look how small that one is. So I have a whole bunch of these, but since I got this extender, I can use all of my nubs. And that counts for your pencils too. So I need to get another one so that if I have pencils, once my pencils get to be nubs. So what I like to do is I like to use my blender. I gotta take this bracelet off. I like to use my blender and blend everything together. I start at the top and just go all the way down. It blends one color into the other, and it also blends everything really, really smooth. Then go back up to the top. You know what? I just stop where the pink starts, the lightest pink. I blend into it, but I don't keep going over it because I don't want to dirty that pink up, that lightest color up too much. I just blend this last color into the lighter pink, but I don't go into the lighter pink too much. But look how pretty that is. That's what blending will do. Also, it's a way kind of cheating where you don't have to keep going over and over and over and over the same thing. Like, that drives me nuts. Then you take your lightest, this lightest color, it's called a rose, it's a blush pink. And just kind of go over that lilac and go over that, what was this color? This one. Go over the orchid a little bit. And it just gives that extra bit of highlight, which gives it like a shine. See how there's all this shine through everywhere? See that? All right, so next, let's do another one. So we'll just keep doing this for a little while. Make sure you guys, I'm in frame so you can do this next one. Yes, okay. So, you guys, it is so fun to do this, and it's so fun because of using these cool colors. I love it. And when you're doing hair like this that takes a long time, you can, because you're going to be working the same colors for a long time, you could take your colors, right, your, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors, and take them right to the living room and just color with your husband, or sit in front of the TV and just have a little color fest. Okay, and then let's take the orchid, right? I almost got my colors memorized. Go over that purple that you just did, because you want to blend it into that too. Okay, and then let's take the lilac. Okay, let's go back and deepen everything a little bit more with the purple. Again with the lilac. Or the orchid. And then go in with the indigo blue. And go just on the edge, just to deepen the edge a little bit. You know what, there's one right here that I was going to include with this whole thing, but I'm not going to. I'm going to erase it right now. We'll do it separately. That's what I love about pencil. You can erase it. Okay, so now let's take our blender. And blend all the way down. And again, blend this all the way down. Okay, and then we'll take our lightest pink and just go over just that lilac again, just to give us those extra little bits of highlight. And there we go. So let's go attack this right here, that little bit right there. Okay, let's go attack this little bit right here. I was going to attach it onto this, but that didn't work out, so there we go. So we'll put the purple here and some purple there. Put the purple there. This is a very little spot, so trying to work real small. You know what, this one is such a little spot, we're not going to go on both sides. I'm just going to go from here to the purple and then to the light color. But this one I have enough room. We can still put this, the darkest indigo right in the corner. Put a little there, a little here, a little there. And I'm gonna do, if you get a little bit too dark, like you start losing your highlight too much in the middle, just erase it a little bit. That's what I do. Let's just add a little bit of pink right in there. It's such a little spot, it can lose its color, its lightness really quickly. Okay, that looks good. All right, another little spot is right here that we need to get to. And then we'll go up into some of the hair here. You know what, let's just go up, let's forget that little spot. Let's go into something that really is something special. Okay, here, let me bring, go. Let's go into something that you can really, really look at. Okay. Making sure I'm in frame. Okay, Looking to see where things are at. This right here, this little one right here. So what you're looking for is you're looking for the little, like the little sections, how she's drawn the hair. This whole little section can be highlighted right here. Okay. This whole little section right here can all be highlighted. And sometimes it can be a little bit hard to kind of decipher, but just follow it the best you can and you'll get it. It's all a little bit different because it depends on how the artist drew the hair. Okay, and then let's go with our next one. Okay, and then go on the other side. Okay, let's go back over all the colors. Let's go over the deepest purple again. Go back over the magenta again, or the orchid. I call this magenta always because to me it's a magenta color. Alright, and then I'm going to put that dark indigo right in the little corners. I can't wait to do her eyes. I'm going to give her some real pretty green eyes. I love green eyes with purple hair, and it looks fabulous. Okay, and then we're going to go with our lilac. Okay. Alright, and then we're going to blend everything with our blender pencil. And if your blender pencil gets a little too dark or something, you can always just wipe it off on a piece of paper. Just kind of scribble it off. Awesome. And then let's take our light pink again and just go over that highlight again. It just gives you a little bit more of a highlight. Look how pretty that is. Is that combination just gorgeous? I love it. I'm like addicted to doing hair because I love using these colors. Okay, let me see what we want to do. I'm thinking right here we're going to go like this. Okay, that's how we're going to handle this one. Okay. These are a little bit trickier. The hair is up here at the top. At the bottom it was really pretty easy. But the reason it's a little bit more tricky is because we have all of these leaves and these leaves and the flowers going in the hair. So it's a little trickier. But we can handle it. We can handle it. I'm just deepening up my purple right now so I don't pretty much have to come back to it. We still may have to come back to it, but make sure you go into that purple that you just did and then extend out. Get yourself a nice little blend going there. Light pressure, and then when you go back over and over it, go with a medium pressure. And I know a lot of people tell you not to go with the medium pressure, just light, 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 but not with this. Okay. Then let's go with the lilac in the middle for our highlight. Just a light pressure on this lilac. You don't want to get that too deep. Okay. And then let's, oh, I almost forgot about the indigo right in the corner. A color deep like this also in the corner of eyes looks really good. When we're doing the eye color. Let's see if you can see her eyes. Yeah. Like right here in her eye, I always throw in a deep, like I do, like if suppose I did a blue, I would take this indigo and I throw that right in the corner just to deepen it a little bit. So whatever color I have, I throw a little bit darker color right in the corner just to deepen it a little. Okay. Also, I got out of the lines a little bit right here. Okay. Let's go in with our blender. Let's blend everything. Okay, let's go over here and blend. And when I blend, I do little small circles and it blends nice. That's what works for me. I'm going to wipe it off a little bit and I'm going to smooth out my highlight a little bit. There we go. And then take my lightest color at the end, this light pink, blush pink. And just go over that a little bit for the highlight. Pretty. So we're just going to keep repeating the same thing. And you know what I found when I was watching her is Dream in Color, is watching her over and over and over. It really got it in my head. So that's why I really liked watching it. I was coloring along with her doing a different project at the time while I was learning. And it was nice because when you watch somebody do something over and over and over, it really gets it into your head. Okay, this is how we're going to handle this. I'm going to I'm going to do this little spot right here. And I'm not going to add it on the other side and have them join in the middle. I'm just going to do it on this one side because it's so small right here. Okay. So it's all the same thing. I'm just doing it on one little side. It's not meeting up in the middle. There's just not enough room for all that. And you know what? I'm going to erase because it's so small. Where's my down eraser? It's so small that I'm going to erase right here this lilac color. And I'm just going to use the pink, the light pink. Because it's so small that it was getting it too dark. That all it needs is that light pink right there for the highlight. I hope you guys just saw that. Yeah, I think you did. Okay. If you didn't, we're getting ready to do another part. Sorry. Trying to make sure I stay in frame. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do this one here. Trying to see how I want to do that. Again, we're going to do the same thing. A really small section. You know, I'm going to throw the magenta in here and go into this a little bit more. There we go. Again, let me erase this and just put pink. I don't need to put lilac. There's such a small little space with just a little, the highlight just needs to be pink. Okay. Let's put a little bit of the indigo right here. Just to deepen that corner up a little bit. Oops. There's the indigo. All right, let's blend everything together. There we go. That looks good. Okay. Now we're going to do it long. We're going to do this whole thing right here. Skip over the little leaf here, skip over the leaf, and here. Okay, so let's do that one. Okay, we're going to do this whole part purple. And we'll do a little bit of purple here. At least this is how I think I'm going to do it. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll take our orchid. Look how small my orchid is. I'm going to need an extender for this orchid here pretty soon. Okay, and then let's take our lilac. Okay, and we'll meet. We're not meeting all the way because that right there is a leaf that we have to color a different color. Then let's take our indigo blue and go right in the corners. And go right in the corner there. Okay. You know what I just noticed is that, well, no, we'll leave it. Okay, I could have done this separately, but we didn't, so. I still may do it separately. We'll see. Let's blend. Blend. And blend. Okay. Yeah, I think I am going to erase that and do that separately. Do a little bit of highlight in here. The real light pink over everything, over this. Not everything. Over the lavender and a little bit of that magenta color. Alright, and I am going to erase, the heck's my eraser? I keep losing that pencil eraser. Here it is. See the little piece right here? I'm going to erase that. I was going to have that continue with this, but this leaf just gets in the way. So, let's erase it. I had it as a part of it. Let's see if we can erase it as good as we can. You know what I need to get? I need to get one of those erasers, those electric erasers. That would be awesome. I'm going to get one of those. Because I seen somebody do an electric eraser, and that took the color right off. So, this just lightens it up nice, but I'm going to get that electric eraser. Okay, is there enough to go to two? Yeah, we'll meet in the middle. Okay, so let's do the purple. A little bit of purple. We don't have very much room, so can't go very far. Okay, and we'll take that lilac in the middle for the highlight. Oh, you know what? Actually, for the highlight, let's just do pink. The light pink, because there's not very much room. That's all we need. Okay, I need a little more lilac here. Okay, and we don't have very much room, but we'll throw a little indigo right in the corners. And let's do a little bit of blending. There we go. Okay, let's do this section right here, which is a little bit bigger section, right? So it's just the same thing over and over and over, which is actually quite relaxing. I think it is. If you're not the person who can do the same thing over and over and over, this may not be for you. But most people who color or draw in color like this. I think it's relaxing. It's like knitting to me. I knit too, and it's the same thing over and over and over to a certain extent. I mean, you have a pattern to follow sometimes. But if you're just doing garter stitch, it's the same thing over and over and over. And sometimes there's nothing like a good garter stitch project. They say when you do the same thing over and over and over, it's very relaxing to the brain. And then let's throw a little darkness in right here in the corners. Just right there. All right, let's blend all this together with the blender. Now, if you, I'm going to wipe my thing and kind of go over this a little bit. If you don't like this blender, there are some colorists who, or some people who color, who just cannot stand this blender. I love the blender, but if you don't like the blender, what you'll have to do is you'll have to just do light strokes. Don't even get medium pressure like I was talking to you about. Light strokes over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and then everything will start blending together. But I like to go light for a little bit and then go medium. Never heavy, because then you'll get a wax bloom and you can't blend everything. And then use a blender. That's my style. But some people love to go over and over and over and over and over the same spot. So, however you want to work it. However you want to work it. You're like, you're crazy. I know. Okay, we're going to do, what are we going to do? Do I want to do this whole section together? No, I don't. All right, here we go. Let's go like this. Oh, you know what? Just a second, people. Just a second. All right, we're going to do just from here to here, and then we'll teach these separate too. I'm glad I'm showing you this because it's much easier when it's longer strands and there's not like a leaf right here to interfere. Okay, and let's throw some indigo right in the corner. Indigo over in the corner here. And since it's such a tight pop, we won't use the lilac. We'll just use the light pink as the highlight. And let's blend. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Make sure you guys are still seeing everything. Make sure my camera's still on. We're still live. Okay, let me see. Okay, we're gonna go from here all the way to here, okay? On this one. Now we do have this leaf interrupting, but it's okay. Okay, let's get to our orchid. I always want to call it magenta. Because to me, that's a magenta color, not orchid. And then we'll take our light color and we'll just put that right here, our lilac. We don't have any room to put lilac on the other side, but it's doing its purpose here. Then let's take a little bit of the indigo and go right into our corners here. And let's blend. That looks good. And we'll go over with a little bit of just a little highlight there. Now, see, we have a little piece of something right there. I'm not sure if that's hair or if that's, it looks like hair. All right, we're just gonna add a little bit of, we're just gonna handle like this. Put that little dark there. There, a little pink. There we go. Blended together. There we go. Okay. Let's do some, oh, sorry guys. Let's do some hair up here. All right, let's see what we got going on. All right, we're gonna do this right here. So there's a little bit of purple there. Do a little purple here. See the strand we're doing? It's these two strands right here. Okay. I had some down here. I had some really long strands, and I'll show you samples of what I did on the long strands. You just keep doing the same thing, but you divide it up. Like if it's a one long strand that long, you keep doing the same thing. You do the same thing to about here, and then you'll continue it and do the same thing here. So you just divide that strand up and do it the same thing twice. I'll kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. Some of you are like, what are you talking about? I'll show you. I'll show you. Just add a little bit more purple into this here. And a little more purple here. All right, let's add a little indigo up in our corners. Okay, and then let's blend everything. I didn't add a little indigo right here. Okay. And then let's use our light pink and just lighten that middle up a little bit more. Just get a little more blending going right there. Okay, that looks good. And let's do these last strands here, and then we'll go, actually, you know what, let's stop there. Wait, I see something I need to deepen up a little bit. I don't know how I didn't get that deep enough. Okay. That looks good. Okay, so we've worked on that hair a lot. Look how pretty that looked at the top. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, So now let's do a flower like we did at the bottom, like we did right here. See how gorgeous that flower is? Okay, let's do that up here. We will do the flower that's right here and the leaf. And then what we'll do is I'll finish up all the flowers after I show how you do this flower and this leaf. I'll finish up the flowers, whatever hair is left. And I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this sun and this background. At any rate, when we come back, I'll have a lot of it done. But you've seen the main techniques. I'll have a lot of it done, but we'll work on the face together. So, I'll do my, I like to do like a darker skin on my faces a lot of times. So we'll do a darker skin, which will be cool. Okay, so what am I doing? So for this, we need to use a indigo blue. I need to get rid of all those colors. Bring in all of these. And I'll just talk about the colors as we go along. So we're going to start out with an indigo blue. And you're going to start at the base and deepen all of this at the base. Also go and hit like all these little lines that have been drawn in for you. Hit all those too. And then hit those lines. Okay. I'm gonna turn my work so hopefully you guys are still seeing me. Yep. Sorry if I stop talking, you guys. I'm just focusing. Okay. I'm going to be working all kinds of ways right now because turning my work all kinds of ways so that I can work. Okay, so I'm using an indigo blue. So whatever colors you have, you want to use a really, really dark blue. And then she used a different color. I didn't have the color that she used, but I'm using processed red. I do not know why I have not used this color more. This processed red is everything. You guys, it's like a pinky, like a hot, like a magenta pink color. I don't know why they call it processed red. It's magenta. It's not just red. So it's what it is flippin' fabulous. Okay, let me turn my work back around. I'm going to start right over here. Okay. I'm going to first go with this processed red right over this indigo. And we're just going to work over it in just this petal right here. And go over and over and over it. And it turns it a beautiful, a real pretty purple color. Now, after you do that, you want to come out, just light strokes. And come up to leave some space at the top so you can throw your highlight up there. Okay. And then you want to take, I'm using, what is this called? Ginger root. She didn't use ginger root either. She used a different color. But do you see what I'm saying? And my flowers, my colors turned out a little bit different than hers, but I still think it's really pretty. The concept's the same though. And you just went ahead and fill it in, and that's the tip of the flower where it's the light's hitting lighter. But take a little bit of the pink and go into the ginger root, and it'll change it a little bit. It'll bring some of that pink up into it, what you want to do. So pretty. Now, I didn't go up far enough with my indigo up into here, so we want to go up a little bit more. Just a little bit. So it just has a better balance. Okay, then go back over it with this processed red. This processed red is everything. Oh my goodness. And then let's take our blender and blend everything. And blend right into that processed red. And then just clean off your blender a little bit and blend that processed red into that light, your highlight. Look how pretty that is. Make sure you guys are seeing that. Isn't that gorgeous? I think that is so flippin' gorgeous. Okay, so let's just keep doing the same thing. How long have we been on here? How long have we been on here? For 46 minutes? Okay. We'll finish up this flower. Okay, I'm going to work a little bit. I'm going to work on this little section right here. So you guys are seeing that? Yep. I'm going to bring this blue up just a little bit more. Okay. All right, now we're going to take a processed red and go over this and turn this to this beautiful purple. It's a purple that you don't even have in your choices of colors. It's absolutely gorgeous. And see, I created another little color palette because I didn't have her color, but I had this processed red to mix with this color. So it made it a little bit different shade of purple than hers, but it's still gorgeous. But it still changes it to like a purple. Okay, so now let's come out from there with the processed red. And leave a little bit of room at the top for a highlight, right? Okay, and let's take our ginger root. And make sure you go into that little bit of that magenta color, processed red, and bring a little bit of that processed red up into the ginger root. And it changes the ginger root to like a pinky ginger root. It's really cool. And then let's blend. Just blend that purpley blue color up into the magenta. Then wipe off your, on a separate piece of paper, wipe off your blender. And then just blend your magenta or your processed red into the ginger root. There we go. Gorgeous. I love that. Oh, obsessed. You guys are going to see this color combination and a few other things for a while. I love it. Obsessed. Obsessed. If you're going to be obsessed with color, these are colors I am obsessed with. Okay. Okay, let's make that beautiful purpley color. There it goes. Gorgeous. Okay, and let's go ahead and bring our process red up out of that purple, leaving a little room at the top for our ginger root highlight. This sounds pretty, doesn't it? Ginger root highlight. Okay, I need to add, let me make sure I'm in frame. I need to add a little bit more, this right here. Okay, now we can go ahead and add in our ginger root, bringing up a little bit of that processed red into the ginger root. Okay, and then let's blend. Okay, wipe off our blender. Make sure we got the blend going with the with the tip of the flower. That looks pretty. Okay. Okay, let's take this off this clipboard so I can turn my flower. Okay, let's take our processed red and turn this purple. Probably takes medium pressure to do that, to turn that color purple. Okay, and bring that up. Okay, and then let's take our ginger root, pull up a little bit of the processed red again into the ginger root. And let's take our blender and blend out. Blend the purpley color into the processed red. Wipe off your pencil and then blend the processed red up into the ginger root a little bit. Gorgeous. Okay, so now let's just try to work this last bit right here, and then we'll do the leaf, and then we'll be done with this video. And then when I come back on, we will do the face. Okay. Time for some processed red. You know, I went a little far. Just a second. I went a little far here. Let me bring that back a little bit. All right. Sometimes in life you just go too far. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Okay, we'll bring the red up right now. We'll bring that up. I forgot to go over. Now let's go ahead and go over our blue and create our purple. I already brought up the processed red, but I forgot to go ahead and make our blue purple with this processed red. Okay, there we go. And let's bring up this process right up to here a little bit more. Okay, and then use our ginger root. grab a little bit of that processed red below it. So go into the processed red a little bit with the ginger root so it kind of brings it up. Okay, and then let's use our blender and blend. Perfect. And then wipe off your pencil, your blender pencil, and just make sure that you're blending the processed red up into your ginger root. That is flipping gorgeous. What did I do that I liked? Okay, in the middle here, I'm gonna take the indigo blue and just hit these little seeds in the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to take my processed red and just kind of go over it. So the two just mesh together, which I think is pretty. There we go. I think that looks real pretty. Okay, we're going to do one leaf since we're getting, we've been on here for a while. Let you guys see that. I think that turned out gorgeous. Okay, let's do a leaf. We'll just do one leaf. Let me turn it like this. Okay, what I'm going to use for this leaf is I'm going to use Jane Davenport. Let me put these pencils over here. I'm going to use my Jane Davenport paints, and I'm going to use, what am I using? I'm using this mermaid color and this Jiminy, like this Jiminy Cricket color they call it. So first, we are going to use, I have that already kind of done up right here. Okay, good. We're going to put that first here, like that. I'll do a couple of leaves since I have all this color here. I might as well hit a couple of them. I wasn't going to do all these, but you know what? I have all this paint still on my brush. No reason to waste the paint. Okay. Hope I'm in frame with all this. Yeah, you guys are seeing it all. Okay, then let's take, I love this color here. It's one of my favorite colors, this Jiminy. I call it Jiminy Cricket because I love Jiminy the Cricket. When I was little, that was my favorite little Disney character, was Jiminy the Cricket. I was in kindergarten. He used to teach us about numbers, all kinds of stuff. I love Jiminy the Cricket. Okay, and then the other half of the leaf, you want to use the Jiminy Cricket. And go into the other color, the mermaid color. Now, you do not have to use watercolor to do this. You could use markers to do this. You could use, you could choose colors that are similar and do this with your pencils. I just love these colors, and I didn't have these I couldn't get my colors to look like this with my pencils. So I'm just going to take a brush with just water and just kind of mesh these two colors, make sure these two colors are meshing together well. I want there to be a meshing, not like a line. So I just take like a little bit of water and just kind of make sure that we got a good meshing. Could throw a little bit more of this blue right here. Okay. Throw a little bit more green cricket there. Mesh that. Okay. Just a little wet brush and going back over things a little bit, over that line, just to make sure that you have a nice little meshing. You don't have like a major line there. Okay. That looks gorgeous. Look how pretty that looks. Okay, I'm going to use my blow dryer. So just a second. Okay, now we're going to shade these leaves. I'm not going to do all the leaves. I'm just going to do these ones at the top, just because for the sake of time right now. I'm taking parrot green. Well, first of all, let's do this. First, let's take our chartreuse and go over this green color here, and go into a little bit of the mermaid color. Okay, and go into the mermaid color and do that, and go into the mermaid color a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little. And that just redefines your this green color, which is like a chartreuse color. And then I'm taking and this is chartreuse on your Prismacolor. And then let's take another Prismacolor parrot green and just go around all the edges, all the way around. We'll do that. You know, I need to sharpen my pencil. You guys, I use an Orbit pencil sharpener. It has a steel blade, so it knows when to stop. So it will not over sharpen your pencil and eat your pencil. So when you hear me, I know that's like a cardinal sin to use an electric sharpener on your colored pencils, but not this sharpener. I swear it works awesome. You can get this Orbit sharpener at Sam's Club and at Costco, right around 20 bucks. So that's where I got mine. I've seen them there recently. Okay, so you saw what I did. I took that green, so I took that that green color and we just went around the edges, and let's blend it. Blend it in. Okay. I kind of do small little circles to do my blending. Okay, and then let's still take our chartreuse and go back in the middle there, just to make sure our highlight's staying good in there. A little bit more of this green over here to define this a little more. There we go. Everything needs to have its spot. Sometimes things can start disappearing a little bit on you. That looks good. But you guys see that? I'm going to come in a little bit. Well, you guys can see I was going to come in a little bit closer, but I don't need to. You guys can see it. Look how pretty that looks. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's the ones over here that we shaded up. And I think that looks really, really good. Just one second. Why am I always losing my pencil with an eraser that has the eraser? I'm always losing it. Jeez. Just a second. I just want to see something. No, that's good. In fact, let's just put a little bit more of that back in there. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that looks really, really pretty. Love it. Okay, so let me come out so you guys can see the whole thing. So that's what she's looking like so far. I think she looks so pretty. I absolutely love, thank you Dream in Color for showing me this color combination. Girl, I know it's not the same exact one you did, but it's similar, and I got the concept down of using these deep colors. And girl, I love your techniques. Gorgeous. And I love your technique on the flower. Oh, with those colors. God, these colors are just yummy. I want to eat them. Okay, you guys, that is it. What was I going to say? Oh, I was just going to say, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you give this video a thumbs up, that would be great. Any comments or questions, leave below. If you share my channel, I would love it. Make sure you go visit Dream in Color, because I love her stuff, and yeah, I think you'll like it too. And I will talk to you guys in part 2. And in part 2, I will have the rest of the leaves done, the rest of the flowers done, and we'll do the face together, okay? And we'll figure out something for the background. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.